Hey guys, what's going on? Yeah, there's this video that I've been meaning to do for a little while because I've had a lot going on, but there's some thoughts I wanted to share. Like, there's a lot, like, I've noticed that's, like, wrong with the world and people and society as a whole. So I'm gonna rant for just a little bit, like, share a few thoughts, because there's just so much, like, where do I begin? Like, how society is just built, like, I swear, like, rich people control what poor people do and all that stuff. And, like, one thing I've noticed is, one thing that's really gotten to me is, like, women, like, I'm gonna get to, like, dudes, too, in a minute, like, why women go for, like, dudes, like, who, like, I guess the bad boy kind, or whatever, I guess girls are, like, thug, like, dudes, or, like, what, or, like, the whole lifestyle, like, the whole swagger, shit like that, I don't know, like, I don't get it personally. Like, it's like, I mean, here's the thing. Like, before I get into that, women will go into like dangerous bad boy stuff, sell drugs, criminal shit like that, or whatever. Like, this one thing I don't get. Like, and there's like, I mean, people I mean, I get like you want someone that's exciting. Like, I completely get that. Like, 100%. You want someone who can excite you. I mean, you don't want someone who's boring or anything like that. Although boring to you may be different for some other people. Meaning that what's boring to you may not be boring to another person and whatnot. But here's the thing. I mean, here's what I'm gonna say. There's a difference between like exciting and crazy and stupid. There's a very fine line between them. But I'm sorry. Like, women who go for guys like that, like that, you're crazy, you're stupid. I'm sorry. That's shit. If you like that, you actively go after that shit. A guy who likes to, who now, who like, who gets locked up, does dumb shit, like, who pretty much probably like, pretty much, very much like, pretty much beat you around, shit like that, who probably use you, all that stuff, or pretty much you like that lifestyle, you like being treated that way. I'm sorry. That's not normal behavior. I'm sorry. That's just not normal behavior to me. That's the issue. That's a problem. That shit ain't normal. That's issue. But I swear, like, you swear, like you look at music, and and movies and such like that. Like, mainly, well, music. Let's say any music videos, like rap videos and shit like that. Like, you or whatever, freaking Jersey Shore, Teen Mom and all that bullshit. Like MTV, VH1, BET. I mean, I stopped watching MTV a long time ago. I mean, they don't play music videos anymore. They show bullshit reality TV. So does VH1 and also BET. I used to watch some of that back in the day, but I quit that shit. But yeah, like it's so like you see what you see in videos. Like, I mean, the guys in Jersey Shore, they look like freaking tools. I mean, and they're just freaking Snooki. Like, that's the what, and she's like what? She's like supposed to be like what? Like the next? She's like another freaking Kardashian, and everything. It's like, and now she's gonna have a kid, and now everyone's making a big deal about it. It's like, what the, like, it's like, really, this is what people are focused on. This is what people like take in. This is the bullshit that it's being fed to people. It's like, this is the standards you should live. It's like, what the? It's like, no, I'll pass. You can keep that fake shit like to yourself. Y'all can keep that. I'm not that shallow. I'm not that superficial. I'm sorry. That's just me. That's just me. Okay. I mean, I'm just saying. If you think I'm crazy for saying this shit, go ahead, boycott me, sue me, whatever. If you're and same with dudes. I'm gonna get to both sectors. If a guy. If you want. Some women you might want to look out for. Some are some bad women. They may sneak up on you. They are just some bitches are bad. You need to watch. You need to watch out. That's all I gotta say. And what else? Like it's just hang on, hold on, was it? It's just I just believe in standards and everything. It's just have higher standards for yourself. Have more respect for yourself. I'm gonna get to with I guess women. I understand you don't want a guy who's boring or anything like that. I guess the guy who's, I guess, is here's what I see fallacy with women. They go for this alpha male type shit, which is Which when I think about it, it's like when I think about it, like there's so many fallacies with that alpha male bullshit. Like, well, one though when I think about it real hard, it's animalistic and it's uncivilized. I mean, when you think of alphas, whatever males and stuff, it's in freaking animals. It's like gorillas, wolves, and whatnot. I mean, yeah, we're in like the animal kingdom, but we're more civilized than less. At least some of us. Okay, I mean, like I mean, I mean, we're better than animals. I mean, it's like, I mean, if that's what you go for, then good for you. But me, I don't have time for that bullshit. Like, I mean, watch act more civilized, class, things like that. You know, have a little more respect. Don't be a freaking animal. Don't go for, oh, I want alpha. It's like, you know, those alpha males, they're so cold. You know, I'm gonna put that in quotes. They're like they're just a bunch of fucking, I just like they're big shot know-it-alls. Like, I guess, or whatever. I guess they know it. Some women, I don't know. I mean, thankfully, not all women think that way. I mean, which is actually a good thing. I mean, the whole alpha male thing is just a bunch of BS. I'm sorry. You know, I'm sorry. You know, that's just how I feel. I mean, this is just my opinion. I mean, I'm not trying to say I know everything or I'm better. I mean, I'm not saying I'm perfect, because trust me, I'm not. Like, when it comes to dating, I haven't exactly had the best track record, so I can't really say. I'm just saying my opinion. You know, if you have something to say, if you have something different to say, just let me know. If you think I'm crazy or whatever, just, you know, just sound off. Let me know. These are just my thoughts here, okay? And another thing, I guess with me, I guess me as a guy, you know, I'm not. I mean, when you like looking for what this is for, this thing applies to both sexes. When you're looking for a person, like, you want to sort of have the middle ground, not like a guy who's like, or well, okay, let me like let me go back a little bit. Like, when you're choosing a guy, I mean, you don't want a guy who's like this pushover. You want a guy who has a backbone, which is perfectly sensible. But you don't want like the other extreme, who's like this tyrant, my way or the highway, like the alpha male bullshit you like to go for, and everything, or the thug. I mean, why you go for thug like guys when or whatever, he sell drugs, dope boy shit, whatever. I don't know. I mean, I guess like God, if you're not a for someone, if if you don't do that kind of thing, you're born to her. You know, it's like, you know, those are the bitches you need to watch out for. I don't have, you can keep that shit. I don't have time for that bullshit. Like, but you know what? That's just the thing. You know, you want a guy who's sort of in the middle. You know, sort of, you know, who can stand his ground, who's not a coward, he's not passive, he has got a backbone, but also will take care of you, you know, and also kind of, you know, treat you right and everything. You know, you want to make you feel special in that special way you want to, that you hope for, you yearn for in that kind of guy, like the bad boy stuff that you yearn for, but you'll never get from. You know, you want and everything. So, and now for on to guys. You know, when you're looking for, like, I'm gonna talk about me. Like, I don't want like an overly passive woman, and I don't want an overly aggressive woman. You know, I don't want like an overly passive woman, because I need her to have some backbone and everything. I need her to stand her ground when need be and everything, because I'm not gonna be around like 24/7. I need her to hold the fort while I'm gone, and, you know, maybe let her speak her mind, say her opinions. You know, if she something to say, let her do her own thing, and, you know, there's got some room to disagree, because of course no relationship is perfect. I mean, you're not going to 100% agree on everything. You know, there's got to be some room to disagree. You know, any healthy relationship needs that. And then another side, I don't want like an overly aggressive woman who thinks she can run the show, all that shit. She thinks she can step on me and everything. I don't have time for that bullshit. You know, if you're gonna be like a complete bitch, like pretty much an overly aggressive bitch, you know, take your shit somewhere else. I don't have time to deal with your bullshit. I'm sorry. You know, look, I need, because I mean, a relationship should be a partnership. I shouldn't have to like compete over. I shouldn't have to compete over what happens. You know, I shouldn't have to compete with a partner. You know, I should be. You know, we should work together, and I shouldn't have to compete over who has leadership over the other. I mean, it should be fair and equal. You know, that's what a healthy relationship is. It's fair and equal, and the opposite sex, you know, complements one another, and they go together and exist in harmony, just like how God intended it to be. You know, I mean, no relationship is perfect. You know, people aren't perfect, but, you know, it's just got to work together. I mean, like, you know, that's how I want a relationship to be, an equal partnership. You know, I let her do her thing, and she lets me do her thing. And let me take control of things when I feel like I need to take control. When I need to steer the ship. You know, and everything. You know, as a man, I feel like, you know, I need to take control of things whenever needs needs to be. You know, I need her to let me do that. But of course, I'll let her do her thing. You know, let her like take control and every now and then. Same with me. You know, it's equal. Make it equal. You know, both sexes. You know, that's how it's got to be. It's supposed to work together, not one dominating the other. Like a guy who's like this my way or the highway, big macho guy. Apparently, some women like you like. I mean, apparently not. This is later. You see what happens to you, and you don't want like. And some women who think they can rule the world, I don't have time for that BS. But yeah, that's just like how I feel. I mean, I just like, I mean, it makes perfect sense, right? I mean, come on. I mean, all I'm saying is just have some higher standards. Maybe, I mean, I could be crazy, but well, I don't think I am. But it's just like, maybe you might be happier. You know, maybe just maybe it's like, are you happy with this? I mean, most people like the way I see it. No, most people aren't. They don't get. Most people when they search for that kind of thing, like in like a person, like the wrong person, they don't get what they're looking for, and they just don't know. It's like they're insane. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. You know, that's just how it is. I mean, that's just what I see, and that's just one thing. That's just what's wrong with society. You know, people dating and all that stuff. I mean, I'm no expert. I'm not really, like I said, I don't have the best track record, so I can't say. But this is just common sense stuff. You know, I'm just going off. This is just common sense. You know, I figured, you know, something that people can, you know, learn from. I feel like, you know, man, I'm just, you know, that's, yeah, but that's just how I feel, yo. I mean, y'all can, I mean, y'all, I'd like to hear your thoughts. I mean, you guys can comment, say whatever. You know, it's just, I've had, yeah, I've had these thoughts in my head. I just had to get them out there, so yeah. But yeah, I'm about to head to bed over there, so I just thought, you know, say my piece here, and I'll see y'all soon.